Hey guys, what's going on? It is the Tia Skipper here on a Saturday night. And I have nothing to do. So I figured, why don't I do a video on my dimples? I get asked questions about them all the time, no matter where I go, no matter how I look. People always are curious about my dimples. Like, even today, child, I went to McDonald's and I had a whole conversation with the girl in the drive-thru about my dimples. And I'm like, somebody behind me trying to pay. Like, I felt uncomfortable because I felt like I was holding up the drive-thru. But she was telling me she wanted to get dimples and she was asking me did they hurt. And I'm like, yo, people have asked me a series of these questions for years. So I got my piercings done in 2016. So at this point, it's been over 5 years. I wanted to get them done for my birthday, so I got it done a little bit before my birthday, which is in April. Shout out to all the Aries out there. So how did I get them? Why did I get them? A lot of people ask me, like, why did you get them? To be honest, I don't have a deep reason. I just wanted something new, and I wanted to express myself, right? So during that point in my life, I wasn't thinking this at the moment, but of course hindsight is 2020. I think that looking back, my life was I was so bored. Like, there was no excitement in my life. Everything was pretty much the same. I just wanted something new. I just wanted something new and wanted something exciting. And I don't know why dimple piercings came to mind, child, but the thought came in and it wouldn't let me go. So much so that every day I was looking up piercings. I was watching videos. I was doing a lot of research. Because at first I was like, bro, am I finna get dimple piercings? Like, for real? Like, that's what you finna do? And I'm like, nah, I ain't finna do that. It's like, but wait, but am I? Like, I'm like, nah, I'm not. I'm tripping. I'm just gonna look at it. And the more I kept looking at pictures and videos, I was like, bro, I'm finna get my dimples pierced. And so I just kept looking. The more and more I looked, I was just falling in love. And I was like, I don't know how I know this, but I just feel like I will look so cute with dimples, with dimple piercings. I didn't know how I knew it. I just knew. So I was like, okay, let me do my research. Now, keep in mind, I hate when people be like, so I just did my research. What does that mean? Like, when people start a business, they be like, before I started a business, I had to make sure I did my research. I did a lot of research. What does that mean? A lot of Googling? Like, we need specifics. So when I say I did a lot of research, I mean I did a lot of YouTubing, okay? A lot of YouTube, a lot of Google images to see, just to see like what other people looked like with dimple piercings, who else had them, stuff like that. I did a lot of YouTubing. There it is. So what I was looking for was, I just wanted to see, first I really wanted to see how people looked with them. You know what I'm saying? Just different people. Because I don't know, I just wanted to get an idea. Like, I remember Black China, she was like the first time I had saw the piercing. And so I was shocked to see how many people had got it. I don't know why I thought, like, she was the only one. I don't know. But, so as I was watching these videos, I was just looking at other people who had the piercing. And I was like, okay, that's cute on her, that's cute. Like, And then I started to figure, like, okay, so does this piercing hurt and all that? And so as I was doing my research, I started figuring out and finding out that dimple piercings are one of the hardest piercings to heal because your cheeks are so thick. That amount of tissue, it just takes so long for the piercing to heal, and because it's on your face. And if you're a female and you wear makeup, that's a whole nother thing we're going to get into later. So I was looking up and finding like what the common issues were. So one of the big issues was it's the piercing that takes the longest to heal, if ever. The other was a lot of people had really, really bad encounters with getting this piercing. So much so that when I was trying to call around to find people to do my piercing, they were literally saying, I don't do that piercing. I don't do it because the rate in which it heals. I don't do it because of this happened. Like, it was almost like tattoo artists or piercers were like, when I brought it up, it was like, don't say that word. Don't say dimple piercing. I was like, damn, what happened? Like, what's happened? But as I was watching people's stories on YouTube, like, yo, people were piercing it wrong. And what a lot of piercers were doing was, once they pierced the person's dimples, or the dimple area, should I say, they were putting too short of a barbell into the piercing. So what a barbell is that thing right there. What they insert into the cheek once they pierce it, right? That's the barbell. And then on this side of the barbell is, of course, my outside piercing. And then on the inside, it's a flat back that lays flat against my cheek. So no, it doesn't hit my teeth. I don't feel it on the inside at all, okay? But what happens is when you first pierce it, you need room. Like, you need a longer barbell because you need to give space for your piercing to swell, because it's going to. And so what happens is a lot of people want the dimple look right away, like I have. And because of that, they wanted a shorter barbell first, or the tattooer or the piercer put a shorter barbell in when they first get it pierced. When they first got it pierced, can't talk. And so what happens is, because they have that short barbell, it gives the instant dimple look because it's tight. But the cheeks are going to protrude even further because it has to swell. Once it does that, it's almost like the cheeks engulf the piercing. And so a lot of people have had to get their piercings cut out of their face because while it was healing, or once the cheek expanded far beyond the space of the barbell. So I was basically writing this down of stuff not to do. So number 1, make sure I go to somebody who knows what they're doing. Number 2, make sure that my barbell is long enough. Got it. Get it, and I got it. Then the other thing I was thinking, I was like, ooh, that's a lot of cheek to pierce. What if I got dermals instead? So then I started looking up dermals, doing my research, aka YouTubing. So I'm looking on YouTube, and I was like, ooh, maybe I could get a dermal. And the more and more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, ooh, I don't have to get it pierced all the way through. Until I stumbled on a video that absolutely answered my question. So if you've had this question, like if you like obsessed with this piercing like I was, you've probably stumbled across the thought of, maybe I should get a dermal instead of getting it pierced. But when I ran across this video, the guy was saying that if you get dermals here, it won't give you the same effect as dimple piercings, because it is literally the piercing that creates the dimple. Dermals are not piercings. Dermals go under your top layer of skin. So it would literally just look like 2 jewels just slapped on my face. It wouldn't create the indentation. So if and when I take these out, I will still have dimples. Because why? Because my tissue is damaged right there in that area, which is what creates a dimple. So dermals were out. And then the next thing I had to do was I had to figure out who was I going to get to do my piercing. So watching all these videos, I learned dimple piercings are the hardest piercings to heal because the cheeks are really thick. 2, make sure that the person who's piercing it knows what they're doing. 3, make sure that my barbells are long enough so that my cheeks have room to heal. Boom. Okay, I got it. So now my thing was I need to find a person who's going to do the piercing.